Good afternoon, Trump family. Welcome to Open Source News. Have a good day and God bless you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notifications bell so you don't miss a thing. Alright, the following is a collection of news from Patriots. Let's get into the news. Judy note. Sunday the 17th of July 2022 Comeback Resurrection. Mission successful, well done, Patriots. If you know God always wins. Trust the plan. Wait till you see what's going to happen. Great things are going to happen. Donald J. Trump. Judy note. Next Sunday the 17th of July was a comeback, a resurrection. It's checkmate, a global currency reset. Rumor was that the US would be officially switched to the gold back to us and dollar currency by Saturday the 16th of July. Coach Jerry, I am estimating that the great reveal, mass military action coupled with us being at our appointments, will happen sometime before Saturday the 30th of July. Friday the 15th of July Mark Z. Many contacts were expecting Tier 4B to launch tomorrow, Saturday the 16th of July, while others say it will be next Thursday the 21st of July. Redemption Center staff claim money was moving. CMCX delivered were expected next week. On Tuesday the 12th of July Mark Z. Iraq contacts say their government will be organized in a day or so, and then the release will be a day or two after that. Bruce, the PM of Iraq, was scheduled to announce their new dinar rate on Friday the 15th of July or Saturday the 16th of July, and Iraq would publish their new dinar rate in their gazette on Saturday the 16th of July. Bruce, on Monday the 11th of July certain bondholders were made liquid with the rest to be paid out within the next 3 weeks. There were about 20,000 bondholders and about 20% have received monies in their accounts. They are paying beginning from the smallest accounts up to the largest accounts. Bruce Tier 4B, the internet group, should be notified and start exchanges on Friday, the 15th of July, or more likely on Saturday the 16th of July. The trustee of the Saint Germain Trust has already released money to certain accounts. Reminder: no one, and I mean absolutely no one, knows the exact time and date that the global currency reset would be finalized, with codes entered for notification of Tier 4B, the internet group, to set redemption exchange appointments. It dependent upon an earth-shattering event such as a global financial crash. The exact time would be decided by the military out of calculations of their quantum computer and based upon concerns for safety of the people. Trust the plan. The GCR recent history. On Sunday, the 26th of June, the Iraqi dinar was connected to the quantum financial system and began trading on Forex backscreens. On Tuesday, the 28th of June, Putin announced the BRICS countries were establishing a global currency reset. Since Sun night, the 3rd of July, the approximate 140 countries that have asset-backed currencies have been traded on the market. At 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday, the 4th of July. The Fed lost its charter to print money in 2012 and they received a 10-year extension that ended July 4, 2022. Stock market crash predicted on Sunday, the 10th of July. Gold-backed currencies were signed into law according to Bruce. On Monday, the 11th of July, certain bondholders were made liquid with the rest to be paid out within the next 3 weeks. There were about 20,000 bondholders and about 20% have received monies in their accounts. They are paying beginning from the smallest accounts up to the largest accounts. The Chinese elders have apologized for the delay in completing the global currency reset, saying the leadership just needed more time to see restored republic. The power system continues only as long as individuals tried to get something for nothing. The day when a majority of individuals declares or acts as if it interests nothing from the government, declares that it will look after its own welfare, and then on that day the power elites are Anthony C. Sutton. Huge construction going on in front of White House. Large prison barge sitting in NY Harbor. JFK Jr. has been SVP since 2019. Saudi Arabia and several other countries have joined BRICS and the global currency reset to gold asset-backed currencies. The euro has dropped to a 20-year low. Russia has announced a 10-day shutdown to their natural gas supply line to European countries. Sunday the 10th of July, DUMs around Vatican City on fire. There's 4 heat spots close to Vatican City as white hats continued to clean up DUMs globally. Food fuel in good shortages. Russia is about to play its most dangerous cards and the West is not ready. By abruptly shutting off supplies, Putin would deliver a colossal shock to our oil and gas-dependent economies. Stock markets would plunge and thousands of companies would go bankrupt from being unable to afford energy supplies. Millions of people would lose their jobs and the West would instantly lose the political will to send money to Ukraine. Putin would win as of January 2021. Bill Gates is the largest private owner of US farmland. He owns around 269,000 acres across 19 states. The real news for Friday, the 15th of July 2022. Durham drops massive 30 subpoena requests as walls close in on Russia collusion hooks. Tuesday, the 12th of July, Mexican cartel traffickers released one day after arrest with $1.2 million worth of meth. New York's bail reform laws have allowed 2 men connected with Mexican cartels to be released on supervision the very next day after being arrested in possession of around 1. The suspects were only charged with second-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, as NYC laws class meth only as the former. The failure to include meth crimes among bail-eligible offenses was probably an oversight, said NYC Special Prosecutor Bridget Brennan. White hats blow the whistle on the Great Reset. On July 4, 1917, Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, New York was demolished by the federal government when they found out he was planning to give the world free energy as a gift. They censored Tesla using the newspapers they controlled. He was one of the most important inventors of all the time, and they never taught you about him in schools, and this is solely because they don't want you digging about free energy. Australia. An investigation could be underway into chemtrails or cloud seeding being the cause of the worst floods ever experienced in Tasmania in over 40 years as the fall of the cabal. It's becoming more and more evident the fall of the world deep state is taking place and we are inside the storm. Military ops were green. The destruction of the Georgia Guild Stones, which was under 24-hour surveillance, was done and the full video has disappeared from the security company. Hours later, the Guild Stones were fully dismantled using heavy machinery in the fall of the deep state UK government as military ops stand by assisting a white hat FBI raid that retrieved computers, hard drives and servers. Inside the royal government, several cabinet members resigned and several operations took place throughout London in the early hours. In 2021, the UK had $22 trillion in gold delivered by the US military from Cheyenne Mountains military base operations. The Vatican underground dome was connected to the CERN supercomputer. Orders are sent out from CIA headquarters beneath Lake Geneva to 11 CIA substations around the world, one of which is located in Langley, Virginia. More than 150 Tier 2 inches institutions are subsequently connected to the CIA's 11 Tier 1. For over 1,000 years, the Vatican tunnels has 2 supercomputers that connected a worldwide money laundering system to the CIA, Fourth Reich regime, Jesuits, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, families in a digital money laundering system that connected to Asia, the US and all of Europe. In 2 different fires broke out throughout Vatican City. Some reports say the fires were in 3 areas, but mainstream media only reports one fire with conflicting reports. The fall of Sri Lanka. Major plans were slated to use Sri Lanka as a better testing ground to see a regime fall quickly rebuild through gold back to Kasera currency. Lebanon was currently in media blackouts throughout cities and villages. A military operation was happening throughout the country that was connected to and deep state generals. The largest Khazarian mafia regime that covers the US, France, Canada and Italy was in collapse. France was falling as the Macron crime syndicate regimes started jumping ship and abandoning positions. A criminal investigation into Macron has started. The Zhou regime was in freefall as more mainstream media turned against him. The Washington Post and New York Times were the liberals in questioning Zhou authority and holy administration. Hunter laptop and phone leaks have hit the world stage as MSM News reports on Zhou and questions the US presidency. Europe was in full collapse as markets crashed, small banks close, and MSM reports on recession. Putin summed up the world situation as the beginning of the fundamental collapse of the American-style world order, of the transition from liberal globalist American egocentrism to a truly multipolar world. Jay White had intel. On Friday, Finland was within an aerospace breach at the same moment. Zelensky addressed the Finnish parliament. The Ukrainian leader has regularly been giving formal speeches before lawmaking bodies across the West in the world, making urgent pleas for additional military and humanitarian assistance to his besieged nation. The impacted both the Ministry of Defense's website and the Foreign Ministry site. The Defense Ministry earlier issued an urgent tweet saying its website was experiencing an attack and would have to shutter until things were resolved. The air suspected is coming from Russia, also given reports that a Russian government aircraft may have breached Finnish airspace on Friday. All of this is being taken as a message from Moscow, also given reports this week that Finland is now mulling applying for NATO membership. A Friday report in Axios suggested that NATO applications from neutral countries Finland and Sweden could be imminent. Since 2017, Trump had signed many executive orders that pertain to the devolution plan and continuity of government. In December 2016, the largest recovery of stolen gold and assets in the world was recovered from 6 underground bunkers beneath the Vatican, Venice, Roman underground bunkers that took place only days after Trump took office under the direction of the White Hat military intel. The gold was in secure locations and recently delivered to major countries to be used after the collapse of the current deep state money system. That's why #QAnon is the biggest story in the history of journalism. February 6, 2020, by Martin Geddes. The Q drops contain the most explosive revelations of corruption and high-level crime in history. The mass media is complicit, so when they're covered up, China on verge of debt jubilee as disgruntled homebuyers refuse to pay their mortgages. According to researcher China Real Estate Information, homebuyers have stopped mortgage payments on at least 100 projects in more than 50 cities as of Wednesday, up from 58 projects on Tuesday and only 28 on Monday. China's home prices fell for a 9th month in May. The payment refusals, which come at a time when China's economy is set to post what may be a negative GDP print due to the latest economic shutdown, oversized catastrophic zero policies, underscore how the storm engulfing China's property sector is now affecting hundreds of thousands of average citizens, posing a threat to social stability ahead of a Communist Party Congress later this year. Chinese banks, already grappling with challenges from liquidity stress among developers, now also have to brace for homebuyer defaults. Thus, the last thing the flailing U.S. economy can afford is a similar self-imposed debt jubilee, one which will see the Fed injection trillions into the economy in no time. Thanks for sticking around. Follow me daily. I will do my best to show you. There's a lot of information that shows what's going on. Remember where we go: 1.